The fourth step of the forehand progressions is to start adding a loop to the motion we've worked on. We started with no loop because we wanted to focus on some other stuff like the follow through, the body turn, and keeping the arm position the same. But pretty much all forehands nowadays have some sort of loop, so we're going to add a very basic version. Now the key, first, assuming I'm hitting at the green screen, we're going to start in the racket back position. And what you want to make sure you're doing when you practice this basic loop is keep the racket position, your arm position, this relationship the same. So if I was shaking somebody's hand and I was shaking up, this is going to be the first part of the loop that we work on. From this position, you shake down, and then you can complete the rest of your swing just like we worked on before in the previous steps. So let's see what that looks like. In this position here, I've got the racket angled up a little bit, but my racket and my arm position is still the same, and then I drop it down, and then this position is the racket back position we've discussed in the previous videos, and from here, swinging to my contact and following through is exactly the same mechanics we talked about before. Rotate my body, get my back heel up, follow through, and then catch the tennis racket. So just to reiterate, this first part of the loop, very simple. You're just dropping the racket down in the same racket and arm position and then doing everything we worked on in the previous videos. Now let's see what it looks like when I'm actually hitting the tennis ball. From my sideways position, I've got the racket back but angled up a little bit. When I'm hitting, the racket drops down and then I swing forward using the same mechanics. And you can see I've kind of got that abbreviated loop when I'm hitting the tennis ball. The racket comes down and swings forward. It's part of that C we discussed in the forehand fundamentals section. Your racket and hitting arm trace out a C as you swing, so we're building up to that. Let's clip to the back view, watch it from this angle. The tennis racket is pointed up a little bit more, and when I start to hit, it drops down, and then I rotate, get my back heel up to get to contact, and then I follow through into the court and catch the tennis racket with my other arm. That ensures the follow through. And these mechanics, other than dropping the tennis racket down, are exactly the same as the steps we talked about in the previous videos.